I know it's rare that I review an album I genuinely like, as it isn't normally what you watch my show for, but this week, I wanted to make an exception. Weird Al Yankovic, one of my favorite artists growing up as a child, has released a new album and has reached #1 on the Billboard Top 200. It's generating a lot of buzz, and all his music videos have gone viral. It's mandatory fun! This week on Mues! After about 3 or so years, I'm free! Time to conquer Earth! Or at least this apartment building! Marco Mues! What? I thought you died! How do you know? You never even checked on me after I was shot by that angry mob!
Marco! What's happening?
From the looks of it, it looks like an angry mob of fans. Oh yeah, but who gives a shit about that? What was your mask doing in my Weird Al CD? Oh, it's a long, convoluted story that will surely bore your audience enough to make them want to tune out, if they haven't already. And normally, I'd be all about that, but I think I've ruined your day enough. You may want to look back down at that CD again. Oh, I see. You swapped my Weird Al CD with a copy of Kidz Bop 26. Not swapped, stupid mortal! Transformed! And now, you have no choice but to review the album, or I shall haunt this dwelling for the rest of your days! You didn't do a damn thing but make my CD smell like death and racial stereotypes. I bought both these albums from Target because they were on sale, and I intended on reviewing the Kidz Bop album anyway. But don't let me keep you from it! Review the album, so my soul can finally be at rest! Not dead, you can't haunt my apartment, and I know for damn sure you're not gonna leave after the review, so why don't you just, fuck off to the living room and overdose on the couch or something? Ha! It'd be just like old days. But sweet talk and making me feel all nostalgic won't get you out of the review, cuz you make your stupid video. I've got important business to catch up on. Well, cool. Marco's back. I'm sure you all missed him so much. So, let's not waste any more time. Let's first take a look at... Oh, where do you get these cool new couches? I think the best way to sum up Kidz Bop 26 is it is both the best and the worst installment in the series that I've ever listened to. For the most part, the vocal performances from this new group of kids that I'm not at all familiar with wasn't nearly as bad as I've heard in the past, which removes the only element that made listening to Kidz Bop any fun. It never sounds like the kids have any sort of direction, no one to tell them what to do different or possibly suggest a second take. I'm not 100% sure of this, but I suspect the producers finally realized that the kids' voices may needed a little help, and autotune may have been used. Unfortunately, I don't think the producer was very familiar with how autotune works, and instead of making the kids sound a lot better, at times they sound warbly and obviously affected. And now for the hard part, the segment of the review where I actually praised the kids for the few rare, and quite frankly shocking, parts of the album where I was actually a little bit impressed. Oddly enough, the kids' harmonious attempt to replicate John Legend in All of Me sound a lot better than the original, as they end up sounding like some sort of choir, while Legend originally sounded like he was doing a crap Chris Martin impression. File that under unpopular opinions no viewer will agree with. And while I'm already burying myself a nice deep hole here, I didn't really mind their cover of Say Something either, and that is a song I genuinely liked the first time around. Okay, enough of that, now on to the shit that bugged me. The original version of Pompeii had some pretty cool chanting going on in the background. I don't remember there being a bunch of guys yelling the letters A and O throughout the song. Also, the lead singer of Bastille was able to belt out the lyrics with emotion and feeling. Surprisingly, these are two things lacking from the Kidz Bop cover. I wondered if Matt's voice cracking throughout the song was an unfortunate side effect of his age, or an artistic stylized choice. I asked him on Twitter, and he said, since he just turned 11, he was gonna consider it an artistic stylized choice. Discuss that in the comments section. Every Kidz Bop CD has at least one track where you're curious how their version is gonna sound compared to the original, and this time around, it's Let It Go from the Frozen soundtrack. Let the storm go. That's that's it. A normal review would wrap up telling you, the viewer, whether or not the album's worth picking up, and while I don't think that's really necessary here, I'm still left wondering who would want these CDs. I couldn't think of a more pointless premise. Take the songs Timber and Sing, for example. At their cores, both songs are about getting drunk with someone at a club, then taking them back to your place to fuck. Sure, the songs were massive smash hits, but do you think they were any kids' favorite songs? I already looked at Kidz Bop from the point of view of the parents who are buying the CD, so this time around, I read some reviews from kids, and here's what they had to say about Kidz Bop 26. It's kids say the darndest, the goofiest, the zaniest, the most fucked up shit! Flea Lee says, just stop, which is a pretty popular opinion, while Wade Man gives it a whopping 5-star rating, saying, for the people who hate them, you don't have a take for music. Insightful, but they don't stop there. This is really bad. They destroy good songs, and Timber the lyrics don't even make sense. They ruin an Ed Sheeran song, One Direction, and every other artist songs on this CD. They don't even deserve 1 star. I totally love this, especially Happy and Let It Go, so I have something to say to all you haters out there. I hate you. They really, really stink and make music stink! You really make poop look good. I was thinking of geeting your music, but I will never get your as long as I breathe on this planet. People need to know KB exists because they want kids to listen to modern music without bad garbage? Why do they still do this? They stink, and I hope they all die in airplane crash. With just over 100 reviews, they're almost split right down the middle with an average rating of 3 out of 5 stars, and I've gotta say, that was pretty surprising. Why would these kids rather listen to these poor covers when the originals are easily accessible and more often than not don't contain bad language in the first place? The only reasoning I could possibly imagine is that the kids love the fact that these songs are being sung by kids their own age. I mean, who doesn't want to be a superstar at that age, right? But I don't know, and while I'm not an advocate of bullying, I just imagine that any kid who's a fan of Kidz Bop or goes around singing the Kidz Bop versions of songs are prime targets for ridicule. Still, I stick to my theory that in most cases it's probably the parents' idea and the kids aren't asking for these CDs themselves. At least I hope not anyway. Fuck. This CD gave me nothing to work with. It wasn't fun to listen to, it wasn't fun to make fun of. Now it's just destined to sit in a pile of stuff I bought for a review but are now utterly useless. Fuck's sake. What happened?
Now, what do you think happened?
I'll grab the shovel.
Yeah, I'll go get the lie.
That's what we make such a great team. Yeah! Okay, I'll grab the feet.
There's no going back.
How do you know? You never even checked on me after I was shot by that angry mob! So stupid. Yeah. There. Maybe. Who knows? It's mandatory fun! This week on Mues Reviews. Huh. That's, peculiar. Normally the albums I review don't gyrate quite this much, but this album has some type of, unearthly power that I just can't contain. I can't fuck's sake.
Let's get a mess going.